Hi. This is not a still picture.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going? This is my car. It's got wheels.
Yeah, 4 wheels.
And an engine.
2 doors and
Yeah.
an engine.
So, this is the new E46 that I built.
Okay, before that, actually, let me introduce you.
Yes.
So, this is Andy Hateley. Which series are you competing in? The
Prospect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had a E30 before, and it was in Forza Motorsports, Forza 7, and Forza Horizon, right? And then
You can go crash.
yes, and this year he built a brand new car. He started this build last year, right?
Yeah, we started February of last year, pretty much. Yeah, I bought the car off of, if you're familiar with him, 8-Bit Brian Young from Maximum Driftcast, and he was looking to get the car ready for Pro-Ams and stuff like that, and I purchased the car off him with the cage already in it, and just a rolling shell. Had some issues right off the bat. The main hoop, the guy who we had do the cage put 5 bends in the main hoop, and you're supposed to only have 4. It had one little kink in the center. So I talked to Kevin about that. Kevin's like, no, that's not going to pass. And I'm like, well, what do I do with this car now? So I called up Brian. He called up the... Brian was pissed too because Brian had, basically told the guy to put an FD legal cage in it. It's not an FD legal cage. That's how the car was sold. This E46 FD legal cage, all this stuff. And fortunately, the guy was great about it. He manned up to his mistake. He cut out the main hoop of the car.
Oh shit!
Kept the door bars, kept the front A-pillar bars, and basically re-notched those bars and moved the main hoop forward about 3/4 of an inch, and put a new main hoop in it and new rear down bars. So that set me back like a month right off the bat. Like right off the bat, I'm behind about a month, and then the quick change subframe took a very long time to get in, so that slowed down the build as well. But and then the engine took 9 months when it was supposed to take 2. So
Wait, this engine was the same one from the
same
E30?
one from the E30. I took it to get a refresh, and
9 months.
yeah, the block had some
Did you
issues.
compete in the lap? Did you compete last year?
I rented an S14 for Jersey and Florida last year. Yeah, my buddy in Florida, Brad, lent me his S14.
That car was actually pretty good.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, 10-year-old PBM blown coilovers, T56. Yeah, that car was like super simple, and it did great. We qualified, I think, like 10th and 8th, I think, at both rounds. It didn't do great in tandem because I could not get it to go off the line. And the T56 started to break in Jersey. Like, I had to launch off the line in 3rd or something like that. Like, it wouldn't come out of gear. My buddy Curtis gets in there, and he just starts, like, yanking on. I'm like, dude, you're going to break the ship. You just, boom, and he gets it to 3rd. He's like, all right, you're in gear, go. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's how I drove against Mika. So that's why he was just, like, gone off the line, yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit happens, but, we're here. The car's driving incredible. Everything works out for the best in the end. There's no way this car would have been this good last year.
So you were planning to run this car last year, right?
Yep. If my engine had been on time and I had got the quick change in 2 weeks instead of 2 months like he told me or I got the quick change subframe and stuff like that on time, I would have been on to par. Even after all that, the engine is really the only thing that held me back. I had it off to paint on the week that I had scheduled it to get off to paint, and that left me enough time for wiring and assembly and all that stuff. And then after paint, it took longer than expected to kind of put the car back together and get it ready for wiring. So like the wiring job is really where I made my decision not to run this car last year. When I took it to Aaron, he's like, listen, man, he's like, I can finish it in 2 weeks. He's like, but I can't guarantee it, And I was like, he's like, just start looking for another car. And he's the one who like actually convinced me. He's like, you gotta not, this is not gonna happen.
Right.
And I was like, you're right. You're totally fucking right. And like, so let him kind of take his time with it. He still did it in like 3 weeks. Like, it was incredibly fast how quickly he did everything. Oh my God, it's hot. So and it's been flawless ever since. Like, he's come down to check on it and stuff like that. Yeah, everything's been fine on that. Highly recommended if you're looking to get your wiring done, for sure.
Yeah.
And big change on this car compared to the other car, because this is the drivetrain out of the whole E30. Quick change, everything. The Link ECU.
Okay.
It's so much better than the old Electromotive. Now I can data log. Now I can do everything. The car burns about half the gas that it did before, actually.
Oh, really?
I can get through 6 tires now on 10 gallons, and before I'd get through like...
What gas are you running on?
VP 110.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd only get through like... We'd basically be topping up the tank every tire change, and we've gone through 4 tires already today. The tank was maybe 3/4 full, and we just drove it down to get lunch and back, and you know, I'm gonna put new tires on it and see if it'll run out of gas. I have a fuel level sender in it, but that's one issue that me and Aaron have to work out. The resistor between the fuel level sender and the gauge unit. Sometimes you just got to kind of experiment with the resistors to get it to work right, so we got to fix that. So I don't have fuel level sending unit right now, or fuel level on my dash, but everything else is spot on. Like, this car is amazing right now. Yep. Bam. Bam. Bam.
Bam.
Yeah. So, 427 RHS block. It's the BC crankshaft, CP pistons, RHS heads, all comp cams, goodies in the heads. You got the shaft rockers in there, the dual valve springs, push rods, everything. These spark plug wires that I have, I want to show you them. They're freaking sweet. This company, Dragonfire, you got to check them out. They make like 14 mil, like big boy spark plug wires with the ceramic ends already like sealed with the heat sleeve and all that.
I remember you were making a video about it. You were so excited.
Yeah, I have to make my own. I was so annoying on the E30. I'd have to get the, first of all, I have to get the shitty spark plug wires because nobody else makes a ceramic end with anything bigger than an 8.5 millimeter wire, which is like a street wire. It's not like a race wire. So I was using basically like a street setup and then having to sleeve it and then run the end to the length that I wanted, crimp the end, all that. I have to make a wire every time I burn one up. And these things, right out of the box, they're like ready to go. You just pull them out of the box and put them on the car. So I'm very happy with those.
That's convenient.
So we shouldn't have any issues there.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, it's pretty similar to the E30. What's funny is the drive shaft is the same.
Same length, right?
Same length.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a trip.
How much horsepower does it make now?
We made 715 and 800 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah.
Did it get more power than last year, or?
We're making about the same. We always made about 715, 725, somewhere in there. And then we always saw pretty high torque numbers up around. I think that's the first time we actually cracked the 8s. I think the last time we saw like 790 something in torque. Yeah.
So, this.
Oh yeah, no throttle cable.
No throttle cable.
All linkage. All linkage. Joe's throttle pedal assembly. Nice little bell crank up in there.
So everything's hard connected. No play.
Here, I'll swing it down so you can kind of.
So
That's how she works.
Awesome.
Yep.
This is awesome.
No play, no BS, no cables to melt. No
Did you
cables to
ask
spray.
Kevin about it?
No. I'm hoping he doesn't notice.
That's the first thing I noticed after you shot the hood.
Shut up. It's alright.
I hope he doesn't watch the video.
It'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
As long as it doesn't come through the firewall and stab me, we're good.
So what's something new that you did to this car?
I mean,
engine-wise,
really nothing.
No.
Nothing at all.
Supercharger's been reliable?
Supercharger's the same, except for like the ECU and the ignition system. We went to AEM coils because with the Electromotive Tech 30, you had to use their coils.
Okay.
Which were like these really shitty GM coils from like the 90s, which were like the little sort of block coils, and it's got one coil and it's got 2 things on it, and we just ran 4 of those, I think, and that's how we ran it, and it was super annoying to use and hard to find those coils because nobody really used them.
Oh, I like this.
Oil cooler, yeah, keep her safe.
Wet sump?
What's that?
Wet sump?
Dry sump.
Dry sump?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, where's the
tank? Is behind the passenger. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, have you been running dry sump?
Yes, since 2018. With the new motor, yes. Ever since we built the 427, yeah, we've been dry sump, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
The engine, the whole power package has been pretty reliable?
Yeah, I mean, as far as power, like, there's never been really an issue. Like, the motor's never had an issue. it's always been BS, like trying to get the motor started, you know,
Yep.
or like bad relays or whatever, you know. They do make a racket, don't they? Those little Mazdas.
That's a little Mazda.
Yeah. It's a busy day here at Willow.
Yeah.
I like
I
these
was
busy
surprised.
days. Yeah, no, I like these ones.
First thing I came in, I was like, I have never seen Willow Spring being this busy. That's good.
Yeah.
What transmission are you?
It's the Tex Racing SR1 with a GSR style shifter, because the old shifter actually went bad. That's actually why we didn't do so good last year in 2020 in the E30.
Okay.
The top shift style that we had before, which was like 3 different linkages.
Mm-hmm.
The how those work is, you know, the linkage comes back and it's got a little thing on it that clicks back and forth like that. The bearing bores in there, when they get worn, it moves around. So your forks are getting the wrong input. So like I'd be slamming it into gear and it wouldn't go into gear. Like at Irwindale in final round, like final competition round of the E30, I go to pull into Irwindale, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking shred it, like final round, let's fucking wreck this car. And I go to click forward and it's like, no, it just wouldn't go in. And then it did fine on the chase lap. And yeah, and that was that.
Well, your E30 has been one of the fastest cars in the grid.
Yeah, it's always been kind of fast. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just issues here and there.
Yeah. When it worked, and it was impressively fast for an E30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were the fastest in Texas one of the rounds.
Yeah,
right?
one of the rounds we had we were like 1 or 2 fastest through the actual course. Yeah. Yeah.
For an E30, that was incredible.
Yeah, she moved. she moved. Yeah.
Okay. What we have here?
Oh, take it off.
All right.
I gotta check on shit either way. Alright, check the catch can. Okay, so oil catch can for the dry sump, diff catch can, water catch can.
Wait, diff catch can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something new.
We're technically required to have it, but
Really?
On the quick change, the top vent doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, you can run a tube up high and it'd probably do the same thing, but
Okay.
I mean, might
I
as
never
well.
knew that. That's something new.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's catch can for water.
For water.
Yeah,
This is
that's
for
the
oil.
expansion tank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for oil.
Yeah.
Oil, diff, water,
Yeah.
expansion tank. And then I like this design. Did you change the gauge? Or
that-
did you change the gauge of the loop yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be filling fast now. It was doing fine at the shop, so.
So for people who don't know
Should be
what it
alright
is, this is for the fuel tank vent.
Yeah, and it goes out right down here. Supposed to come out through the bumper. There you go.
Alright.
So if it does decide to overflow, it doesn't overflow in there.
Yeah,
And catch
it'll come
things
out
on
from
fire.
there.
It catches
Yeah.
the people who are following you on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so this has a loop design. So technically this car can roll forward or backward. Front flip or back flip.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yep.
Without anything
Yep.
spill out.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be a good feature.
And it's got it should have a ball check valve in your fuel cell for that guy too.
Yeah.
So there's still a ball valve in there too, so if it does roll over, it won't even go down the hose.
Yeah. Since when they allowed the attachment? Not the attachment, the reinforcement for the subframe on BMW chassis.
Well, they don't allow you to well, the subframe, yeah, you can mount the plates on. That's kind of always been a thing.
I remember
This year they allowed us to run the PBM strut
Yeah,
race,
yes.
the PBM rear strut race.
Was it from this year?
Yeah, I know it was last year.
Last year?
Last year
Okay.
they made the rule, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can run that now, and that goes to the pickup points for the rear part of the subframe. So
Yeah, that really benefits the BMW chassis.
yeah.
because You eliminate a lot of chassis flex.
Yeah.
With that. And what fan is it?
That's Lincoln Marque.
Lincoln Marque?
Ah,
the same.
That thing runs cold,
Yeah.
like very cold. Like doing laps out there, lap after lap, and we were still at like 170. And then I drive it down. I forgot to turn it on the way back from the diner, and it got up to like 220. Yeah, just coming up the hill. Yeah.
Well,
Like that
what
fan puts
radiator?
it to work. It's a Griffin Universal.
Big boy.
Yes. I saved that one for a special
yeah.
special location. That was the first dump sticker I put on the car. I think it's the only dump sticker that the car has right now.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
So 2 batteries.
Yep, anti-gravity. We dropped 57 pounds.
How much
Lighter
does it
than the
weigh
Optimus.
each?
I don't know what they weigh each, but the 2 of them we dropped over 57 pounds. The Optimas were like 90, and this was like 40 or something with the 2. So they're probably 15 apiece, maybe.
That's light.
Maybe even lighter than that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's also with the bracket.
What's the minimum weight that you have to make?
28.
2,800 pounds.
I believe it's 28 or 20. No, it's 29, I think.
Would you,
think it's
with you or
29.
without you?
Not sure. I have to read the rule book on that one. I know I'm overweight, so.
No.
Yeah.
Good thing you're not overweight.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. It's easier to shift the weight off of the car.
Yeah.
So some really neat brackets.
Yeah, these are fucking circle track things. Long Anchor makes those.
Oh, it's actually flexible.
They're like $40 a piece too, or $40 for a pair.
It's a shock, right?
Not bad. No, it's just it's collapsible, so you cut it down to like right there, and then hit your set screws. And then if you hit something, it just slides in, and it can go out the back there. Or actually, it can't because the bolt's there, but it get down to the bolt, so it gives you some sort of push in.
Okay.
And then you can push it back out and reset the set screws. You know.
Nice. So, changeable rear bash bar. They can't see anything. Like this. This is
Fuel. Fill the fuel.
And then the standard, like I think at this point it really is a standard equipment for all the FD cars.
What's that?
The quick change.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think anybody's running.
Well, I didn't in that S14.
Huh?
I didn't have one in the S14. That
No?
I drove down. I was fucking S13 welded diff in
Oh,
there.
okay. So you were the only one last year.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the last person changed to quick change. I think Papadakis was running Super.
Yeah, they were in Super Disc for a
before
while.
for
Yeah,
a while, and
yeah.
then they changed to quick change lately.
Yep.
So what else? What else do you want to tell people about?
I mean, the fuel suspension's doing great.
You changed the fuel suspension this year, right?
Yeah, I had JRZs on the E30, and that's why I'm kind of here today. Odie kind of helped me do like a baseline setup on it, and the car's like 100 times better.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell people how you set up the car, basically, or?
Well, basically, like his recommendation was start in the middle of the shock settings up front. So,
Okay.
you know, if it's a 32-way, start at 16. You know.
What's the spring rate in the front?
Don't know off the top of my head. No.
Over 10K?
What's that?
Over 10K?
Don't even know off the top of my head. I couldn't tell you.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd have to look it up. It was whatever he recommended.
Okay.
Because they kind of give what they recommend. You tell them like what engine you're running and what kind of stuff you're going to have on the car.
Okay.
And then they base their front rate off of that. Because, you know, they'll ask you, you know, iron block LS, aluminum LS, are you supercharged, are you turbo, this and that.
Yep.
So, whatever it is good. It feels great.
Yeah,
That's
contact
for
Odie.
sure.
Do you know the rear?
No.
No? Okay.
Top of my head. No idea.
But it's true coilovers, right?
It's been a while because I bought all this stuff for this car over a
Last
year
year?
ago. Yeah, like you know,
Yeah.
it's been sitting on the fields like in my shop for a while now, just sitting there waiting for a motor. You know, so
Shit. Then.
yeah. And then all PBM arms in the back there.
Oh, I appreciate this a lot.
What's that?
An actual exhaust.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like 99.9% of people in FD.
Yeah, they just cut it off right there.
Yeah, they cut off right after the diff.
Yeah, because they're scared of hitting stuff with it. A bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
I scraped my exhaust on the wall and I like it. You know,
Really?
I got a good one on the E30 actually where it hit the wall. Yeah, it's got just a little scrape on it. Yeah.
There you go.
And then you shoot fireballs out the back. Like, come on,
People
guys.
can see that.
Yeah. I think the idea is to get the fireballs like farthest away from your fuel cell as you can. You know, so it kind of makes sense. You know.
So the blade style sway bar. Going out really thin. Gives you a lot of
as
side
soft as I
bite.
could get it, pretty much. I might move that link too. That link's like so freaking far down in there. I might move it to the shock. So I've seen a couple people running it, just a little pinch bolt on the shock.
Yeah. Man, this car is beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
I love it. I really do. Should be really reliable this year.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can data log everything. We can look up everything that went wrong. We have data logging capability of the PDM as well. So like anything from fan voltage dropping to, you know, a sensor giving off the wrong, you know, reading or whatever, we can just go back on the data and read all that rather than like have to just figure it out, you know?
Yeah. Which link exactly? G4X?
Yeah, G4X, yeah.
Ah, nice. Because the other day I saw Ken, he was talking about he just got a new G4X as well for his car.
Yeah, that's the main one they're trying to push. I think Jeff's got the Thunder in his car, but it does like way more than he needs it to. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Clicky boys.
Yeah. Actual air vent?
No, it's just where the way bumper was cut there. Yeah. Could use a little extra, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So if people are curious about the fitment, well, theoretically, the higher number of the offset you have, the more grip you have. The lower offset you have, the less grip you have. So
We have more side bite.
yes, you have more side
You
bite.
have less forward grip. Yeah. So I started skinny. I'm gonna try a spacer next time. I just couldn't find a 5x1.
It's a good balance.
I couldn't find a spacer in time actually.
No?
Yeah. It's a
You're
weird center
on-
board. It's
Oh yeah,
Chrysler
tell
Sebring.
people about the.
The hubs are weird.
The hubs, yes.
So we used a Chrysler Sebring hub,
Okay.
which is 5x114, 33 spline. So it works with like Porsche 930 CV axles. So the stub axle that goes through and bolts up right here slides in the back, and it's got the same bolt pattern on the back of it as the quick change. So my axle, I can literally take it and flip it over.
Nice.
Like, no problem. It's the same bolt pattern, same thing, and if I break an axle, I just replace the axle. I don't have to pound this thing out. That just stays. I just replace the axle. If I break that, I don't have to replace the axle itself. I just unbolt it, slide
And then
that
slide
out,
that- yep.
slide a new one in, and we're good to go.
How much torque does it handle? We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Did you have the same setup in the E30?
No. I drive shaft shop stuff in there. I mean, I pulled them out and checked it for twist after the first test day. I'll pull them out and check them again probably after this one. This was a lot rougher than, it's probably the roughest the car's been driven today. So, yeah, really just checking the twist on the splines. And if they're not twisting, then they should be fine. And the CVs that I'm using aren't even like the best CVs. They're close to being the best, but they're not the best.
Okay.
So, but they seem to be holding up just fine.
What made you change it?
I wanted cheap axles and I wanted to be able to do it quickly. I didn't want to rely on Drive Shaft Shop to tell me, you know, hey, I got an event coming up. Oh, it'll be a month, or oh, 2 weeks, or oh, it'll be this. I can go down to CarTech in Orange County, buy those axles, buy those CVs, and put together an axle the same day. Any day of the week.
Yeah. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for them to ship it to you.
24
or anything.
hours. I can have a new axle.
Yep.
And it's cheaper than Drive Shaft Shop.
How much is that?
The shaft itself is the expensive part. The CVs aren't that bad. The shafts were 700 and something for the pair.
But that's still cheaper than.
Still cheaper than Drive Shaft Shop overall in the end.
Yeah.
And the CVs weren't that bad. I think they were 400 or 500 for this all four, something like that.
And way cheaper to maintain, I assume.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
And more than likely, the CV is what's going to go. It's not going to be the shaft, you know.
Right.
So as long as you don't damage the shaft, you should be fine.
Yeah.
The shafts are really nice too. They're polished, they're gun drilled, like they're tits.
Hell yeah.
Those aren't going to break.
Hell yeah.
CVs might, and the stub axle might, but
Yep.
you know we're gonna have to find out.
All right. So what size wheel are you running in the back?
18.
18 by 9.5.
9.5, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's a 9.
It needs a 9. Oh,
Might
it
be.
stretches a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
18 by 9.
Yeah.
Do they have 18 by 9?
What's that? ESM?
ESM?
I'm not sure. They've been not pushing their wheels real big.
They've been doing the
He's
body work.
pulling out of it,
yeah.
I think, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
I just don't think he likes dealing with the shipping and stuff like that. The shipping's getting more and more expensive for him and stuff. So, but I mean, he's a very capitalist individual. You know, he likes making money. You know, so he's gonna follow where the money goes.
Right. I don't have 18 by 9 either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the smallest I have is 18 by 9.5. Yeah. Maybe. I hope I get rich this year so I can make some new molds and make some different different size wheels.
Mm-hmm.
That is made out of a skateboard, I believe. Really cool. And that's all Gonzo's hair.